play starts with them reading the mother's will,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking, I was thinking like the last will. I have not really considered that in my life yet,
Right.
but it's an important gesture. It's this line to life in a way,
Right.
and this is what the mother does. She ties them through the will to herself, to her life, and they don't want it. They want to be free. They have this kind of sense of the Western individualism in them.
Yeah.
They don't want to be connected to family history.
Right.
That is actually kind of cutting their wings of freedom.
Right.
Because suddenly this mother is telling them to go and do something else than what they want to do. And the reaction is either withdrawal in one case or anger in other case, and it takes them quite a while to get on that journey and to get interested in it. And what I love about it, what happens to them is that, at the very beginning, there is no connection to there is a total alienation from the mother. The play ends with them discovering enormous love for her.
So, what led you to select Scorched for the season?
Well, I came across the play completely by coincidence, really. I received a press release from Tarragon Theatre in Canada, as you know, and the description of the play looked very interesting. So I have asked you, if you remember it, to call them and get a script.
Right.
So, and it just kind of tells you that it's a really good thing to follow up on what's happening around the world, because not too many theaters really are paying attention to what's happening in Canada. So anyway, we got the script, and the script is, when I read it, I felt it was a play that just belongs to the Wilma. It had an epic nature. It was dealing with a moment in history that was very dramatic, when the whole world is in motion and the characters are caught in that motion. There are, what makes drama is always these defining moments when history, politics, and individuals' lives are coming together, and through putting ourselves through these defining moments, we actually realize who we are as people, and it's kind of putting ourselves through fire. And in some ways, that's what I love about plays, about really great dramas, is to kind of watch what characters, what people under different circumstances, in different moments in history, what they do, how they act, how they behave. We all have emotions, we all have feelings, but it's actually what we do is what counts at the end. And the great dramas follow that and show us the different ways people behave and act through different moments in history. Well, I thought, and that's what interests me about theater, really, to kind of witness our behavior, our actions, human actions, and the play was full of it.
You're working with Amir on original music. What do you think the importance of music is to this? Why is music so important?
Well,
Why is music so important is a better way.
I think they are talking about it when you mentioned, of course, the play is nothing but emotionless.
Yeah.
I felt that what I wanted to get through the music is to get to even the deeper sense of where the emotions lies. I've discovered in doing theater that a friend of mine told me theater for him is overhearing other people's conversation. It got me very upset.
Yes.
Because that's the last thing that for me theater is, because words are only an expression of the life underneath the words. And this play is full of that life underneath the words. And I think the music is the element that can helps us bring to actually to that world before the words are created, or the world that the words are created out of. And I have done that a little bit with Eurydice. It was the same idea. The music was there not to describe anything, but actually to take us deeper into the well. I also feel that I wanted to work with Amir because he has, in education, he studied both Western music and also Middle Eastern traditional music, and he now is in his own world. In his own work, he brings this fusion of both into his original compositions, and I thought that he was a perfect composer for this because, again, I don't want to play the music to be descriptive. Okay, so now we are going to the Middle East, so we will now suddenly hear Middle Eastern music. No, but I really want to find the innocence and beyond in the world of Wahab and Nawal, who are at the beginning of that love that that fills the play, and who, as later on the villager says, they have become a legend. So I want in the music almost to kind of find that beginning, almost a little bit to go romantic with it, the beginning of that legend that happens. There is something so fragile and pure in that love that we need, that we need to reconnect from time to time, all of us do, that is where the music kind of starts for me in the play and develops a little bit further. And
the set design sort of reinforces that notion of watching these people going through these events, of witnessing it, doesn't it?
Well, I felt that approaching this play, that I didn't want the actors to go completely into trying to completely be naturalistic, say, okay, this person is actually the grandmother who has lived this life through, this period of time, and try to evoke and bring it to life by totally going there. Instead, what I want to try out is to say, all right, this is a group of actors that came together with a director and designers to tell the story that Vashti wrote, and take that approach to it. And therefore everything is going to be a little bit suggestive. It doesn't mean that actually actors are not going to fully explore the lives of people and the moments and the history and the situations, but it means that we will be more relying on audience imagination, and that only the essential gestures, essential moods, essential situations we will want to capture somehow. So the set is, I wanted it to be almost kind of a platform for the actors to be able to go there and do the play. One of the things that I find about this play, which I love so much about it, is that in spite of the darkness and going into dark moments in life, it is a very generous play. And it's not obsessed at all with characters and with their internal life, but it is actually obsessed with storytelling. These characters that actors are portraying are witnesses to events. And through them we are finding about history and about life. And so this is kind of what I'm talking about in terms of suggestion, that somehow being a witness, telling the audience a story about other people's lives is what the gesture is in the play, rather than going inside to oneself and kind of trying to create exactly the world of the emotional life of the character, and that's kind of why I'm going to more this kind of suggestion rather than a complete naturalism. When you see a character as the mother is and how she deals with what is happening to her, which is pretty dramatic, and there is kind of a sense of amazing positive energy that is just absolutely moving, and you kind of put yourself almost, you are starting to compare yourself and asking question, would I be capable of this? And I want to find that kind of a source of love in my life, and I think that's a very positive thing.